What happened to Banana Republic? It used to be a quirky safari-themed brand selling military surplus in stores that looked like a jungle. So how did it go from this to this? Banana Republic was founded in 1978 by Mel and Patricia Ziegler, a journalist and illustrator from San Francisco. After Mel picked up a stunning British Burma jacket in Australia, a light bulb went off for them. What if they started selling military surplus? Well, after emptying their bank account on a bundle of Spanish paratrooper shirts, the couple decided to sell them at a local flea market. They quickly sold out and decided to open up a storefront where they sold reworked military surplus in a tiny jungle-themed shop. They named it Banana Republic as satire, borrowing the political term used to describe unstable yet resource-rich countries exploited by foreign powers. And to market their products, they relied on Patricia's skills as an illustrator and Mel's as a storyteller to create these beautiful hand-drawn catalogs that were less about selling products and more about taking you on a journey. The clothes were simply a visual aid. And within a couple years, it was one of the most popular shops in the Bay Area. But the Zieglers hit a crossroads. They were overwhelmed with the success of their brand. Having opened multiple locations, they were actively playing every role from cashier to CEO, and they were spread thin. They also knew there was only so much military surplus to sell, and in order for this to be sustainable, they had to create their own products. But they simply didn't have the resources to do it on their own. And that's when they were introduced to Don Fisher, the founder of Gap, who wanted to buy the brand. At first, Mel was reluctant, but Don Fisher promised full creative control, basically saying, "I'll give you the money and the resources, and you run the show." Reluctantly, Mel agreed, and in 1983, Gap acquired Banana Republic, which was the same year that they brought in Mickey Drexler as the president of Gap Inc. Now, at first, the partnership was great, and this era of Banana was magical. The Zieglers developed the in-house line of product, honing the safari aesthetic with the highest quality materials and craftsmanship. They added more of their brilliantly decorated stores that made you feel like you were on an expedition, and they carried on with their catalog, which at this point had one of the highest conversion rates of any catalog in existence. Add a popularity boost in the safari aesthetic from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Banana Republic was white hot. But while the Zieglers were imparting their vision on the brand, the vice of corporate control slowly started to tighten. First, it was questioning Patricia's designs. Then it was the catalog. Next was a drop in quality standards, and eventually they were releasing products without the Zieglers' input. The meeting started to grow tense, and things finally hit a boiling point in 1988. Don Fisher called Mel into a meeting room, and next to him was Mickey Drexler. Mel was informed that Mickey had now been named the CEO of Banana Republic, and the Zieglers no longer had creative control of the business. To me, this was the death of Banana Republic. Sure, the name stuck around, but the brand became the exact opposite of everything it was intended to be. Within a couple years, the palm trees and jeeps were gone, replaced by uniform stores filled with clothing made for the business casual crowd. Banana went from surplus to basically being a more expensive version of Gap. And sure, they had some financial success from the 90s into the 2000s, but with each passing year, the brand drifted further and further from everything that its fan base knew and loved. They may release some safari-themed goods to nod to the past, but they'll never be able to harness the magic of their early days, and will forever be wondering,